Hello, dear friends. Something big is about to happen when so many mysterious drones appear. Opinion piece. Final phase of the shift. Ascension timeline. Failure of darkness. Happening right now. Climax is approaching. Transcendence process. Great spiritual awakening. A strange in-between moment. 2025 will accelerate the shift. Shift is not something distant. Drones appear over Germany. Cosmic wave of transformation. Let's start. We are living in a strange in-between moment where there seem to be great signs of positive movement towards the consciousness of peace and unity. But at the same time, terrible things are happening in the world. We also see lights in the sky that coincide with the frequency shift and the emergence of higher forms of consciousness. Far from experiencing a collapse in human systems, we are experiencing a rebirth of them, as density dissolves amid frequencies of joy and liberation. Oddly enough, it is the best time to be here, according to Caroline Oceana Ryan. Kashraj assures us that we are in the final phase of a process of transcendence. The Earth, with humankind, is preparing to jump into the next dimensional experience in the very near future. We know that many have grown tired of waiting, but it was necessary for the process to be gradual for some collective readjustments. We are on the Ascension timeline and in the final phase of this process of transcendence. The year 2025 comes with new energy accelerators, and a greater acceleration of change will occur. We ask you to focus on love while releasing old paradigms. It seems as if the process is being delayed because many are still holding on to the old and refusing to let go. This is what creates chaos. According to Kashraj, the matrix of the old paradigm is dissolving. What appears as chaos in the world are old energies that are coming to the surface for transmutation and release, as humankind rises into a new realm of experience. This is the awakening of the divine human. Releasing the old creates an expansion from within, as well as receiving the energies of the galactic center. You then become a kind of cosmic radio that transmits frequencies of light, love, and healing to the earth and humankind. If you have felt a form of stagnation in the past few weeks, either in your personal or collective frequency, you can be sure that this is about to change very quickly. Cosmic waves of transformation are no longer just raining down on humankind. You have flooded the earth. We will now be transported to new timelines and new beginnings, where our thoughts, emotions, intentions, and energies that we hold within us will be tripled. Now is the time for you to create magic with the power you have in your heart. The end is near. Aurora Ray assures us that the end is near, but it doesn't mean that you should sit back and relax. You are in the middle of battle, and you have a decision to make. Will you align yourself with the forces of light, or give in to fear and temptations? Many people hold on to old beliefs, which is why they suffer from anxiety and depression. You have not realized that you are in control of your light and your thoughts create your reality. Change is not something distant or abstract. It is happening right now, in every moment and within each one of us. Many people may think that they do not feel any change within themselves, but they assure you that they are changing. Some human beings like you are able to see this change in themselves and in others because you allow yourself to be aware of these things, while other beings remain blind because they are afraid of what will happen if they open their eyes and hearts to their true divine nature, but there is nothing to fear. The dark forces have tried everything possible to prevent this event from happening, even though they knew it was unavoidable from day one of their plans. Now that their plan has failed, they need a way out, and they are doing everything they can to retain power and drag as many souls as they can down into the lower dimensions according to Aurora Ray. This operation is called soul scavenging. Other thoughts create our reality. Our thoughts create our reality. If you think about something enough, it materializes into your physical life. You can use your imagination to change your life from one of struggle and fear to one of success and happiness. What you believe becomes your reality. It's that simple. That is why it is important to maintain a positive and calm attitude at all times, even if everything around us seems crazy and chaotic. There will soon come a time when human beings will live in harmony with each other and with all life on our beautiful planet. Our physical body will become a light body, and we will be able to travel anywhere in the universe just by thinking about it. You are in the midst of a great spiritual awakening. You are here to help raise consciousness on Earth and prepare your ascension into the fifth dimension. Every day you are faced with decisions that lead you down one path or another, but there is much more at stake than you can see with your physical eyes. News from Dr. Michael Sala. The summit of Mount Hermon, where the fallen angels landed, has been taken over by Israel with the collapse of the Syrian regime. Elena Danam is briefed on Israel's seizure of Mount Hermon and the existence of Anunnaki technology hidden beneath Mount Hermon. The US military stresses that the throne phenomenon is an unidentified and urgent national security issue. The Northern Command is conducting anti-drone tests in Colorado. The mysterious drone sighting in New Jersey and Washington, D.C. part of these tests? Frank Milburn, a British military intelligence expert, claims that the drone sightings are the advanced Russian crafts performing surveillance and intimidation tasks, and this requires a collective response from NATO, in his opinion. Clayton Morris of Redacted shows video footage of some of the alleged drones that are actually spheres or UFOs or orbs. The mysterious drone issue is being raised at White House's press briefings. John Kirby's vague response fools uncertainty and public interest. Republican Anna Luna advocates shooting down unknown objects, not questions asked. Dr. Stephen Greer says drones are a psychological operation. German newspaper Der Spiegel revealed that unidentified drones have repeatedly flown over Ramstein air base in western Germany. Unnamed aerial vehicles have also been seen over facilities owned by chemical giant BASF and arms manufacturer Rheinmetall. London's Daily Mail newspaper reported that the FBI has received more than 3,000 tips of car-sized drones seen hovering in the sky. The first sighting appeared over Piccadilly Army Arsenal and Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster, on November 18th. According to Ocean County Sheriff Michael Mastrodonardi, Coast Guard officials reported being followed by more than 50 drones coming out of the water, some flying as close as 100 meters above them. Economy. Financial war. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen doesn't rule out sanctions on Chinese banks for helping Russia. Peter Schiff believes that the debt explosion can rekindle inflation. Florida will receive a new physical currency backed by gold, according to Kitco News. According to Arcadia Economics, the World Gold Council predicts that gold will remain within a range in 2025, while inflation takes hold. Russia is working on gold-backed digital assets for international payments. Pierre Lassonde predicts that we will experience an inflationary period reminiscent of 1976 to 1980. One of India's top bankers says that the BRICS monetary reserve prepares the global south for a new economic order based on gold. According to Sinfu, in an unprecedented political maneuver, both Biden and Trump have lined up to thwart a takeover of fuse steel makers by Japanese conglomerate Nippon Steel, and Iran's protectionism begins. US inflation rises in November to 2.7% year on year. Trump to seek lower inflation by keeping Fed chairman in office. Trump wants to make the US the cryptocurrency capital of the world. Trump promises not to seek revenge against his political opponents. Zuckerberg's Meta donates $1 million to Trump's fund to mend ties. Amazon to donate $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund, livestream it on Prime Video. A Trump team 6 ways to abolish bank regulators. Interest in Trump's freedom cities to solve housing crisis grows. Trump on mystery drones. Let the public know, otherwise shoot them down. New Jersey governor asks for more federal resources to investigate drone use. Musk's SpaceX becomes the most valuable private startup in the world thanks to Trump. Google presents Android XR, the operating system that combines Gemini's AI. Greenland registers a colossal glacial flood. Middle East. How did Putin get the Syrian president to come to Russia? Because he received help from Trump and the military, according to Mr. Poole. Thousands of people celebrated the fall of the al-Assad government in different parts of Syria. Islamists bet on the free market to save Syria's economy. Israel bombs the outskirts of Damascus. New series of Israeli attacks against military targets in Syria. Israel attacks nuclear facilities in Iran after the fall of Assad. Kurds repeal several attacks in northern Syria. Israeli troops will remain in Syrian territory throughout the winter. Israel has already occupied some 300 square kilometers in Syria. Israel has bombed Syria almost 500 times in recent days, destroying its fleet of planes, its Navy tanks, drones, depots, and more in Damascus, Palmyra, Latakia, Tartars, and Homs. Palestine is already the largest cemetery of journalists in the last 5 years. Russia has launched at least 5 hypersonic missiles against Ukraine in the last hour. Europe. European stock markets close lower and break a 3-week winning streak. The European Central Bank applies the last rate cut of the year to 3%. Swiss National Bank surprises with jumbo rate cut. The 27 agreed to toughen laws against mafias and traffic migrants. Moody's downgraded France rating amid political chaos. France maintains a position to Mercosur despite political crisis. Macron appoints centrist François Bayrou as Prime Minister after Barnier's downfall. The euro recovers after the appointment of François Bayrou. Gas consumption and electricity prices rises in Germany amid weak wind generation. Moldova declares a state of emergency over fears that the flow of Russian gas through Ukraine will be stopped. Spain. Winter will be warm and dry in Spain. Orange warning in Andalusia and Catalonia for storms and rain. Public debt hits a new record of 1.64 trillion in the third quarter. Sanchez will begin the forgiveness of regional debt in January to smooth out the budgets. Inflation hits its highest level since July in November. Inflation rises to 2.4% in November, and food prices moderate to 1.7%. Spain increases its gas purchases due to the doubling of the price of electricity. Red Eléctrica once again interrupts the supply of electricity to the industry. The General Council of the Judiciary rejects that judges are questioned for their political bias. Unwanted loneliness affects 44% of the population in Spain. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.